where your time and energy are being wasted. You literally don't need to master AI. The biggest shift you could make today is to move from typing to speaking.
Morning for some people, evening for some. And I'm Randall from the Learning and Development Team of the Philippines, and it is my privilege today to introduce today's speaker, Gagan Sandhu. With nearly 20 years in talent development and communication, Gagan has built a career helping people find shape and strengthen their voice. He began at Dell International Services, sharpening expertise in customer experience and training, and for the last 6 years at Innovation Technology by Design. He's led learning and development, creating programs in communication, voice and accent, soft skills, cultural intelligence, and professional growth. Over the years, he has coached thousands, built high-impact training frameworks, and partnered with leaders to turn raw potential into confident, high-performing talent. Today, as we balance human connection and AI, Gagan will guide us on how to truly find our voice with AI. Please join me in welcoming Gagan Sandhu. Hi, Gagan.
Hi, Randall. Thank you so much. That was amazing. I was just reflecting back on my career. Thank you. Thank you. And good morning, everyone. And thank you for being here. Today's session is really, really important because we are at a pivotal moment in history where artificial intelligence is no longer a buzzword. It has become an imperative for us. So the way we think about AI right now will directly determine the leverage, the speed, and the impact we create in the months and years ahead. So, our session today is all about unlocking new ways of thinking, leading, and creating value. So, thank you for committing the time and energy to becoming future ready because this journey starts with you. So, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Now, when most people start with AI, they at times they get stuck because they either receive outputs that most of the times might sound stiff and generic, or they wait until they really feel ready, and as a result, most of the times they're not able to build momentum. So the truth is, you don't need to master AI. Saying again, you don't need to master AI. You don't need to know every tool or every update that's out there. But what you do need is a way to make AI natural. And when I say that, you need to make it an extension of your own workflow, your own thinking. And that's so, so, so important. So that's why we are here today, because it's today what we're going to do is we will be helping you bring your authentic voice into AI. So the content that it generates reflects you, your ideas, and your impact. That's what the session is going to be all about. So, think of how electricity redefined industry in the past, or else just think of internet reshaped communication and business in the past. AI is literally doing the same thing today, accelerating how we work, how we create, and how we lead. And here's the key: the way you think about AI right now will determine how much leverage you gain. So, if you see it as a partner, a multiplier, an extension of your mind, you will unlock speed and creativity you didn't think was ever possible. But at the same time, if you hesitate, um, waiting for that perfect moment, might be you're going to risk being left behind. So we should not be waiting for the right moment. Now, our agenda for today is first, we're going to get clarity on where our time and energy are being drained and where AI can give us some leverage. So, we're going to think about that for a moment. Then we will dig into two AI mindsets that will immediately change how you work with these kind of tools that we're going to discuss. And then we will apply this in real world scenarios through examples, most possibly the work that we do. And finally, we'll close with a few action steps that you can put into practice right away. So that's going to be our agenda. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to think about where your time and energy are being wasted. So, Preston is going to share a document, a PDF document in the chat. Make a quick list of your biggest drains, those repetitive, low value tasks which you feel are draining you out. So I'm going to give you 1 minute. The document is there in the chat. Anything where you feel your time is getting drained, your energy is getting wasted, just list down those items. You can edit the document by doing a right click. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to download. If you have a pen and paper handy, feel free. If you have a Word document, feel free to write it there. Completely okay. The second thing that I want you to do is now make another list. Now you need to list down the highest value activities you could spend more time on. So these are the activities that drives result, creativity, and growth. Again, highest value activities where you feel you can spend more time, which you really feel like doing, and you're like, okay, this is where I need to spend my time on. It's going to be more productive. The same thing, there's a document in the chat. If you want to edit that, you can do that, or you can just keep a note of it. The last one now. So, what I want you to do is, so if you have just written 3 in each of the high value and energy drains, that's also okay. But if you have written more, that's completely fine. I want you to circle your top activities in each list, because once you know where the drains are and where the leverage is, you'll be exactly able to focus where AI can help you reclaim the hours and channelize and focus your energy. So in each of those lists, if you can circle the top 1, the top 2, if you have a lot of them, or if in case you just have written 3 each, that's also okay. You can circle the top 1. Great. So you can keep this list with you. Don't have to share it with anybody. This stays with you. Now, so it's really crucial that we start with this and focus on real problems and opportunities. So today we'll not whiz through a lot of AI use cases, because I know most of you probably have read a number of articles looking for something useful, and might be walking away with nothing, because you're like, yeah, this sounds great, but how can I relate it to my work profile, what I'm doing every day? So we're not going to discuss that. So the first step is knowing exactly where you want AI to make the biggest impact. So this list that you have created, make sure that you keep it in front of you. You can paste it on your desktop, you can pin it, you can save it somewhere on your desktop. It's really going to help. Trust me. Now, so a couple of things that you need to do and what you don't need to do with AI. First thing, every single article out there, which is there right now, might be in some way or the other, they got to, they're telling you that you need to master AI. Well, you literally don't need to master AI, because having said that, some people might need to master AI, but not everybody. So this is not your role. But what you do need to do, though, is you need to start using it where it's making the most sense, right? So the key thing is making it a part of your natural workflow. So expand what you believe is possible with it. That's important. But in a more amplifying way, you're going to realize, like, wow, once you start doing that, everything you'll feel like I'm doing, AI is making it easier. It's moving it faster. Now it's getting you out of your own way somehow. So, but what does not work is waiting until you feel ready for the right time, ready for the right opportunity. That's what is a complete no. So there's this a nice quote, probably you might have already seen it somewhere, by Dan Sullivan. So the eyes only see and the ears only hear what the mind is looking for. Now this explains exactly why the focus is on AI mindsets. If your mind is looking for AI leverage, you're going to keep missing all the opportunities right in front of you. So today we're going to shift what your mind is looking for when it comes to AI, away from the tactics and towards the foundational AI mindset that are going to stick and create a real shift for you. So, your success with AI has very little to do with tools, which is what we have been led to believe, right? Now it's all the new tools coming out every single week, every single new feature coming out every week. Is Claude better? Is Gemini better? Is ChatGPT better? That doesn't matter. The most important thing is how you think and how your mindset is going to determine your adoption, your behavior, and ultimately all of the results that you are generating from AI. That's what's going to matter the most. Having said that, a little bit more about mindsets, why mindsets matter. So, when you don't have the right mindset, it's very easy to get overwhelmed. So, to find way more complexity, and so you just, at times you get stuck or you get skeptical. Has this applied to you? I mean, any of you out here, like, uh, when you're thinking about AI, you get overwhelmed or stuck. You're like, this is too much. So, and even if you're using it daily, like in everyday work, it's easy to get overwhelmed. So you might have that inner feeling like, man, I'm using it like all the time, but I know there's something which is missing. So the two mindsets we are going to cover today are going to immediately change how you interact and feel about it. That's why we are talking about it today. Okay, now, so let's jump into the first mindset, which is quit typing and start talking. So most people are, are grossly slowing themselves down by typing as in literally typing without realizing how much it's actually costing them. So our keyboard literally can be an evil because it actually robs you of your creativity. It robs you of your natural flow. Your best ideas will come in a flow, a natural flow. And every time you stop to type or you stop to edit, you're losing your momentum. You're interrupting your thought pattern. And that is not okay. So the biggest shift you could make today is to move from typing to speaking. And this change will instantly 10x the clarity and depth of your AI interactions. Now, the only way you have, I understand the only way all of us have been able to put information from the outer world into the computer is through the keyboard. So we can't blame ourselves for typing and not talking. But the thing is, you can speak up 3 times faster than you can type. So meaning that you can get more detail, more nuance, and more clarity instantly. So every single time you stop to fix a sentence, you're interrupting your momentum. And what happens is that your ideas become shallower, more structured though, but less creative. So when you speak, you are not self-editing. Let your ideas flow naturally, like I said earlier. So when you start talking instead of typing, you don't need prompt engineering, because what's going to happen is, instead of saying like, write an email draft about so and so, okay, so you can just go in a flow and say, okay, here are my ideas, and da 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 da, because your unique voice is your unique worldview. It has unique value. So the way you connect the dots, no one else is going to do that. So once you start capturing all that in vivid detail, you're going to give AI more context, more sense, right? Um, and obviously, AI will definitely know what you want and what you don't want. It knows what the goal is that you're going to get after that. So that's important. Now, so most people, they get stuck using AI like, a fancy text editor. They are typing in half formed thoughts, might be. They're wondering like why the output is, so generic. Might have happened with you as well at times. So they're talking, what they're doing is they're taking this high, definition 4K vision of what they have in here, and they're just like trimming it down to 10, 12, 15 words, as much as you can type. And then they're wondering like why the output is very, isn't very good. So but when you speak, on the other hand, you're literally giving AI a richer context, a better flow, a deeper insight, and it has more, like AI has more that it can work with. And then the result is the output is on point, more nuanced and detailed, because it has it has literally that nuance in the detail which it was lacking before. So you're going to see me doing this today. So it's, me talking about it is one thing, and, getting it conceptually, it's another one. So that's going to be a massive shift. So, okay. So, here's how actually we're going to start. There are a number of different ways of doing it. So we have this native chat GPT app. So let me switch my screen, and I'm going to show that to you. But at the same time, it's going to be great if, in case each one of now, before I go ahead and deep dive into that, some of you might already be using it. It's completely okay. But some of us are really reluctant to use this feature. So it's completely okay if, in case you're sitting there. I know most of the LMA layer has gone through this part of the session earlier as well. But for everybody else, it's going to be great if, in case you come along with me, if you already have ChatGPT open on your systems. I'm not talking about the paid version. If, in case it's the free version that you have, it's completely fine. You can open it along with me. That's going to be great. And here we have. Is my GPT visible?
Yes, Gagan.
Okay, great. So in GPT app, there are two different buttons that you have down here, right? So one is this one here, voice mode. This is where you can talk back and forth. So let's say you click on this one, and you can have more of a two-way conversation with this. So at times it might, so this feature specifically, at times it might be annoying for some, because though it's getting better with each day, but at times, you are expressing your thoughts, and it starts interrupting, because you are not done with your thought flow, and it's going to just start barfing out the output, and you're like, no, I'm not done yet. So personally, I'll not recommend that. But this other button here that you see, dictate. So if you click on it, this is the little microphone button. So it starts recording as you talk, and so like this. So it's like, right now I am running a training seminar on AI. I'm teaching the concept of the value of talking instead of typing to input context to chat GPT. Then when you're done with this, you can just click on the check mark, and it's going to automatically transcribe everything for you. So this is one way of doing it, and it has varied across Mac and Windows. So this is really, really helpful. It's just like you're talking to a friend, and you can give in all the context like you are normally speaking to anybody in a natural flow. You don't have to literally type tense and tenses. So you keep typing, and then you can do a tick mark, and there it goes. So, and once you're done with it, you click on this, and there it is. Okay. Raise of hand. How many are already using it? Oh, okay. Amazing. Good. But there are a lot more who might have not raised their hand or have not tried it. So please make sure that we go ahead and try that. It's really, really useful. Okay, great. Other tool, Otter AI is another tool that automatically joins your meetings. We have Firefly. I'm sure everybody is familiar with that. When it joins your meetings, it transcribes everything for you in real time. So Otter also, like Otter or Fireflies, they capture your ideas, especially at times, when you're in a meeting and you're working on a project, you're discussing something, you share a really nice idea, and you're like, okay, let's capture that, and that idea is gone. You're not able to get that in the same way. So it literally helps you in from the transcript. It really helps you in getting that out, right? So and then on Mac, we have an app called Talktastic. There is another app called Super Whisper, Whisper Flow. They have both apps that have Mac and PC options. So you just install it on your computer, and then once it's installed, you can hit a hotkey, and it just starts recording everything. And it literally transcribes instantly. You don't have to wait for a lot of time. Now, right now I don't have Whisper Flow installed on my Office system. So, but just to give you the context, in Windows, if in case you don't have Whisper Flow in your Office environment, you can always in our environment, you can always use Windows H key if in case you have selected the page where it can transcribe. Just hit Windows H, and it's going to start transcribing everything, and then you can copy it back to anywhere, like either on the chat GPT screen or anywhere where you want it. That's going to be really, really helpful. Mac also has built-in voice dictation. Windows also has built-in voice dictation, like I just said. So you can pick any of these: Talktastic, Super Whisper, Whisperflow. Um, those are the options. But so the key here is uh, set it up. You need to set it up and start using it, because then you can talk 2, 4, 6, 10 minutes, and it's going to automatically transcribe. It's going to make your life more and more easier. Before we jump on to the next one, it's a humble request. This is the action item I'm giving you. Um, make sure, whichever, if in case you're already using it for transcription, great. If in case you're not using it, you can set it up, and then you'll literally feel, you dump in the monologue. You just can just have a stream of thoughts. You can give it tremendous amount of detail. Not only on your desktops or laptops, you can have the apps on your phone, and you dump in everything, any idea that's there in your mind, and it'll be able to make sense for it and clarify that for you by asking clarifying questions. So whenever you are writing something, might be writing an email, or you're working on a project or a strategy or a problem, so you simply just have to say, hey, this is what's going on, this is how it started, and so and so. And the more context you can provide, uh, the more useful the output from ChatGPT or whatever AI tool you're going to use is going to be. So the shift will literally revolutionize the quality of your output. Okay, great. Hope you're with me. And we move on to mindset number 2. Now, most AI outputs, you might have experienced it. When you started using it, they sound stiff, generic, cliche, because they aren't written in your style. So if you want authentic results, you have to teach AI how to communicate. So now, let's, again, with a show of hands, how many of you can tell literally in 2 seconds when you receive something over an email, or you read an article and you're like, this is written by AI? Anybody? Yeah. We literally, with the emojis sprinkled all over it. So, it's like, it's fabulous. It's going to be a game changer, deep dive. It's about this and not about this. So the real problem is that when AI is showing, when you notice that the other person's content is written by AI, don't you like immediately flip a switch, and like the authenticity goes down for that person? I mean, literally not for that person, but then again, in terms of the writing context, right? So it's like, in their mind, you're like, so and so didn't write it, AI wrote it. Now, literally, that you had a hand in writing it, but regardless if it sounds generic, if it sounds like everyone else out there, people can tell. And we all know that humans are pattern recognition machines. So you might not be literally aware of this, but it's there in the subconscious. So the people who are reading your content are going to tune out a little bit. They're not going to absorb your content as much because of its inauthenticity. That's another thing that we're going to solve today. So AI can be literally trained to write and sound exactly like, You can teach it literally. And so so this one key step of turning AI from bland assistant into a true extension of your thinking is going to be so impactful for you. Because if your experience with ChatGPT is you're putting something in, it spits something out, and you go like, yeah, that's cool, but it doesn't sound like me. So I know a lot of people who have had that experience, and so they kind of stop there because they're like, it's not working out, because they realize that the output is so far from their natural own voice. So it, and then they feel like it's going to take a lot of energy to make it actually sound the same. So that's what we are going to show you how to do it. So now, there are these two distinct voices you need to bridge. There is this uh, natural, authentic voice. This is how you speak, how you communicate, what you sound like, how you come across. And then this is the standard chat GPT output, which is generic, robotic. It has way too many emojis. And it will give you list of, I mean, I'm going to literally give you the list of all the words, which we're going to squish out. So we have made that list, and we'll share that with you later, though. So the solution here is that if you can teach AI your unique style, your tone, your terminology, how you write upfront, so that it aligns with your voice from the very beginning. And so when you're doing it right, the AI output is going to need very minimal rework to make it truly yours. So though I'm not going to promise you it's going to be 100%, because AI can't be perfect, but if you can go from these two separate voices to being at least 90 to 95%, that's going to save you a tremendous amount of time. And now your content is going to be more high quality. And that's what is really powerful. And the reason why many of us have insights and we have ideas and we have genius concepts, but they're just lying here. We might not give ourselves the credit that we have all that genius level concepts, but we do here. We each of us are experts in our own field, whatever that we are doing. But the problem is that a lot of these concepts, they never see the light of the day. And the reason is that there's too much friction between the spark of an idea and getting it out there to your audience or on paper. So that's where we're going to bridge that gap. Now, uh, at times, sitting down to write an email or an article feels really daunting, and most of these ideas, these insights, they stay bottled up. And when so the idea here is when you can squish out the AI, when you can flush out the AI and you speak properly, which are obviously two distinct steps, you are going to give the recipe how to get the friction out of your writing style. Suddenly you'll be able to share 3 times, 5 times, 10 times more unique worldview. And when you have this nailed down, which we will obviously by the end of this session, we'll nail it down. So okay, now, so we have seen that why voice, our unique voice, matters a lot. So we are going to now literally build our unique voice with AI. So we are going to create a system that writes like us, So AI literally becomes an extension of your style. Now, to do that, again, I need your attention here. It's really, really important. I know at times I'm getting into a long monologue, but I don't want you to tune out. So stay with me. So the first key is your writing style profile. And I'm going to explain it in a while. So the simplest way to start cloning your voice is by creating a writing style profile. So it's not about generating content from scratch. It's not saying, hey, write an article on so and so and giving it 2 words, and then, it's literally about teaching it to mirror you. So I'm going to walk you through that step by step. So you have to stay with me on this. Everybody with me?
Yes, Gagan.
Okay, amazing. Great, thank you. And everybody who have their cameras off, please make sure you are tuned in and you have your chat GPT open. Now, what's going to happen is you will have a link in your chat by Preston. This link is for Write Like Me GPT. I want you to click on it. If you already have ChatGPT open, amazing. You can click on this link. It's going to open a new link for you, but then you can refresh your original ChatGPT screen. So we'll go step by step on this. I'm going to share my screen now on a GPT page. Here we are. Were you able to click on that link, team? Write Like Me GPT? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, Gagan.
Thank you, Ankur. I just got 2 yeses out of 96 people. 97th is me.
Yes, same Gagan. I have also opened it.
Okay, amazing.
It
Now
did
we are
open-
talking.
Yes.
Did open, but a lot of people are sending likes, telling you that it is open.
Okay, I didn't see that. My apologies. So if when you click on that link, it's going to have you'll have this kind of option on your left screen, like Write Like Me. So it's already there on my system. So this is the page that it's going to open. So when you click on Write Like Me, this is the page where you are. I'll assume yes.
Yes.
Now, so where we are is we are creating a profile. Now, before we delve further into it, I'm going to quickly tell you this process where we are creating or customizing our voice is the GPT non-paid version. Okay, you don't have to memorize the steps. Everything will be shared with you in a resource guide. And in that resource guide, there's a separate process to create your own customized voice in a paid version as well. But since majority of us are using the non-paid version, so this is where we're going to start off. So this is the page. You click on Write Like Me, and it gives you an option to create your profile, style profile.
Yeah, no, not Ryan. I'm just redirecting you to Ryan. Just in a moment. I'm parking the call. You're welcome.
Okay, great. Thank you, Victor, for multitasking. You can put yourself on mute. Creating, so you create your style profile. So,
How did you, Gagan, a quick question?
Yeah.
I think I missed that, but still I want to ask. How did you pin it on the left?
So when you, Ankur, if you already have GPT open and you don't have this pinned already,
Yeah.
and you have just clicked on the Write Like Me link and it opens a new window for you, you can
Yeah.
go ahead and refresh your original screen, and it will already reflect there on the left side. It will already be there. If once you just have to click it once on a separate screen, it will be pinned on your original screen. You just have to refresh it again, the original window of your ChatGPT.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is, team, with me, everybody, I know we have limited time, but we are going to go step by step on this. So what you need to do is, so when we say creating your style profile, this is like literally we are telling GPT how it can write like you. So what you need to do is, generally, if in case you're fond of writing, referring to Ankur, the Ankur will have a lot of context in terms of, different uh, um, articles. But for others, if in case you're just sending out replies over emails to anybody, so that's where you can gather samples from. So what you need to do is either you can go to your LinkedIn profile, whatever article you have written about something, or you can just go to your Outlook, sent folder, and you can copy a couple of sent emails. Make sure you're giving to give AI more context here. You can copy a couple of emails where you have written more than 2 to 3 lines, right? So, in the interest of time, I have something ready. So I went into my Outlook and I have like close to 4 or 5 samples already from my Outlook. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste them here. Once I've pasted that, so these are just from my Outlook. I'm going to click on enter, and it's now generating my profile. So it's going to do a writing analysis for me under different categories: lexical diversity, sentence complexity, use of passive voice, a lot of things. You don't have to worry about the scores and everything, okay? And it's also going to give you your writing profile signature. Everybody with me on this?
Yes, sir.
Now, what I want you to do is I want you to literally copy this entire thing, because this is a non-paid version. You can save it somewhere as well, but you can copy it here. And then you can click on a new chat. And you can paste the entire thing here, whatever GPT has already given you from the previous page. Along with this, what I'm going to do is I will paste this simple instruction, which is like, this is my writing style profile. You don't have to literally write it. I will give you the entire resource guide. It'll be there. So this is my writing style profile. Use this writing style profile only when I tell you to write something for me from now on. I'll be giving you some instructions as well that you need to follow while you're asked to write like me. So this is one simple instruction. Now, another thing that you need to do is, now this is important. You will Preston can paste it in the chat. This will be there in the resource guide. So there is one more instruction that we are pasting here, which is pretty long. Now, so these guidelines are, just being given for authentic human-like writing. So, just so that your emails don't feel like, I hope this email finds you well and all that. You might have received those emails and you're like, not sounding that good. So, because naturally, human tendency is that we don't like literally use these over the edge words, cutting edge technology, innovation, solutions. Furthermore, they're moreover, in different sentence structures, overusing passive voice, contractions, buzzwords, cliches, contrived contrasts. So the idea for this kind of a direction to ChatGPT is that it should be kind of flushing out the AI from your writing. And once you've done that, you click on enter. Now, GPT has already stored this. And again, I'm reminding you, this is the free version. Now, what you see here on the left side is it has created your writing style profile, right? So you can use this specific chat only when you're writing emails or you're writing any article or something. Preferably, don't use that when you're doing any data analysis or troubleshooting or anything. You can use a separate chat. Now, you will also see these three dots here. You can go ahead and rename it. So I'm going to rename it as Gagan Bot. So in the free version, this is my Gagan Bot. Always there. My writing style profile stored for me, and that's going to stay with me. And again, you can keep innovating. The more context you give it, it's going to keep improving. We good till here?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, then I am going to stop sharing my screen and great. Okay. So you've just seen it, how fast and simple it works and how powerful it is. But the idea here is we need to make sure that you need to have that jump start. You need to make sure that you choose and install a diction or a transcription tool, and then you build your custom voice GPT. That's really, really important because, if you have the knowledge but there is no action, it's equal to zero. Nothing's going to happen then. So thank you so much for listening. In the interest of time, let me leave you with this thought. I know all of us individually, we are learning and we are growing as individuals. Just imagine that our entire team is more aligned now. Every member is using AI to amplify that unique voice. And, they are adapted to their strengths and they're contributing to a higher value. So that's the future we are building together. But having said that,
Thank you, Gagan, for sharing your insights with us today. And thank you, everyone, for showing up with curiosity and energy. That's it for this session. I hope you're leaving with fresh ideas and maybe even a new perspective on how we can bring more voice into our work, even alongside AI. So enjoy the rest of your day. And here is wishing you all a great, restful weekend. See you all next time.